Hi everyone, it is Power at Pilates day 13 and I hope you're really well. It's actually quite warm outside, so I hope that you managed to get outside for a little bit of a walk or just to enjoy the garden a little bit and make the most of this warmer weather, lots more warm than it was yesterday. Today we're going to be doing some stuff in high kneeling, and this is really going to get our cores working, really challenge our alignment as well, and we're going to do these gorgeous spinal movements as well. You might need to have a little cushion or a folded up blanket to protect your knees, because sometimes when we're in high kneeling, you can find there's a lot of pressure going down through that joint. So make sure you've got adequate support on the mat or from a blanket before you get started. We're going to start in our high kneeling position. This is just a really easy position to find. So I'd like you to set yourself up, make sure that your knees are directly underneath your hips. And you should feel the weight going down evenly through each of your knees. Your legs should be just out behind you with the tops of your feet on the floor. And try and find that place where you're neither sticking your bottom backwards, you're not sticking your hips forward, you're just nicely balanced over your knees with the weight going down evenly. Arms hanging nice and long. And we're going to start with a few little shoulder rolls to get rid of any tension. So from this position, just start bringing your shoulders all the way up. Take them back and down, and start to feel your tummy muscles come in to support you as you're in this lovely kneeling position. So we're just going to take a few more in this direction, and let's go the opposite way now. So all the way up, forward and down. Lovely. Okay, so from here, let's go into our rotation. So check you're comfortable, add that little bit of extra support if you need it, and let's float our arms up so that one is on top of the other with your elbows at shoulder height. Draw your tummy muscles in. Think about a piece of thread pulling it through the crown of your head, and let's take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, let's start turning our head. Keep your hips facing forward, and one bone at a time start to rotate through your spine. Now, I'm feeling really, really stiff today, so I'm not going to start by going really crazy with that rotation. I can feel this already. So I'm going to start little movements. And then hopefully as my spine warms up and my muscles begin to get a little bit more flexible, I can go a little bit further. So it's really about finding what works for you each and every day. So you're going to breathe out, make sure that your hips face forward. So as you rotate to the right, always think about pushing that right hip forward, just to make sure you're not swiveling through that joint, and to make sure that the rotation is coming directly from your spine. So let's breathe out. Lovely. Keep your shoulders down. Start with a little turn of the head and think about that lovely twist through your spine and your waist. From here, let's swap our arms over so that the opposite arm is on top now. We automatically tend to place one arm on top, so it's really nice to just mix it up so the movement feels unfamiliar and you can just address any imbalances in your body. Breathing out and come back to center. So it's pure spinal rotation. You should be really feeling your tummy muscles working as well to make sure that you're not hinging backwards or forwards. And rotating again, breathing out and in, super. And out and in. Couple more times here, breathing out and in. And our final one, all the way around to the side, back through to the center. Bring your arms down. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this into a hinge, and you might find it really handy to have something to hold in your arms. So I'm going to use my little cushion. It just helps keep my arms nicely aligned. So for this hinge, I'm going to show you from the side, nice and tall to start with, toe muscles coming in, glute muscles engaged already, arms nice and long down by your fronts. Breathing in. As you breathe out, we're just going to start hinging back through our knees as you float your arms up. Feeling these quad muscles switch on at the front of your legs. Inhale and come back down. Now, if this is too much, you can rest at any point, but it's really nice just to experiment with how far you can hinge back without losing that neutral line through your legs, your pelvis and your spine. Keep your gaze going forward. Don't be tempted to drop your head forward or back. And really use these muscles down the fronts of your legs. So you should feel them working super hard as you hinge back. Use the tops of your feet as a balanced support, and simultaneously float your arms up in front of you. So there's not too much going on in this exercise, but it's just a really great one to feel these core muscles, feel your legs and your glutes as well. We're going to go 3 more times here. So breathing out and in. Good. And 2 more. And our final one, I can feel that I'm breathing a little bit more heavily now. So obviously something is working. And coming back up. Lovely. Let's pop that cushion down. This time we're going to add in a nice rotation and touch our heels. So it's actually quite a challenging one. If this is too much, again, you can stick with that simple arm raise. That's a really nice one to get you started. So for this next one, as you breathe out, we're going to float our arms up, and then we're going to rotate and try and touch one hand to your heel before coming up. So your arms are out nice and long. Breathing in here, breathing out, hinge back. Keep one arm forward as you rotate through your spine and touch your heel with the opposite hand. Make sure here again you're not letting your bottom dip back and you're not pushing your hips forward to try and do that touch. You're simply rotating through your spine in this flexed knee position. So again, loads of control and support coming on through your legs and your core. Keep your shoulders down. And you might find that one side is a lot easier than the other. So we're going to go again, breathing in here, breathing out. Rotate and touch. Back to center. Super. So you're going to have to play around with how far you can hinge back while supporting that hinge as you rotate. Back through. Lovely. Remember again, if you need to take pressure off your knees, you can rest at any time and come into your relaxation position or your child's pose, whichever suits you best. Hinging back, coming forward, and then we're going to sit our heels back and give our legs a rest. You can definitely feel that my quads are working out now. So for this next one, we're really going to challenge those hips and those knees and our core once again. So this time, arms nice and long by your sides. We're going to float them up again. So again, we're working our shoulders in fab alignment. We're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, we're going to hinge back and try and sit back over our heels before coming back up. Use your glutes to help you. So you're breathing out, so almost sticking your bottom out as you sit back. Inhale to restack. Really getting our cores, glutes and legs working here. And coming back. So it's almost quite a mechanical movement. You can think about if a robot were to do this and have that lovely clean movement. And that's what you're aiming to do yourself as well. So tummy muscles coming on as you sit back. If you can't sit all the way back, that's fine. You can just start with little pulses like this. You're going to do 2 more. Breathing out. And in, keep your shoulders down, your jaw released. Final one here, sitting back. Oh, and coming back up. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to sit and stretch our legs out, giving our legs a little bit of a stretch here. Giving your quad muscles a bit of a rub to get rid of any tension you're holding here. And we're going to go into a lunge now. So again, place some cushioning underneath your knee if you need it. We're going to come into a high lunge. So from a high kneeling position, we're going to step 1 foot forward. Foot in line with your hip. So you're really nice and strong here. 90-degree angle at your knee and your hip. We're going to go into a side reach. So tummy muscles coming in here, arms hanging down long by your sides. Going to breathe in. As you breathe out, we're going to float one arm up in the air. And then keeping your balance, reach up and over to the side, reaching through your fingers. Inhale to come up. I'm going to show you from the front now. So we have this nice lunge position. You can imagine that you're just kind of kneeling down to tie your shoelace or something. That's what we started. Keeping your hips as level as you can, breathing in, breathing out, floating one arm up, reaching up and over, doing your best to keep everything as still as you can. Inhale, come down. Super. Let's go again. Breathing out. This is actually really challenging. Remember, you can rest. Whoa, I've lost my balance. Rest if you need it. So one side will be a lot harder than the other. So keep your gaze on something in the distance to help you balance here. Up and over, thinking about the openness through the front of the hip here and that lovely length through your waist. And up and over to the side once again. Tummy muscles coming in, reaching up and over. Restacking arm coming down. Let's take our legs back, one out in front of you and go on the other side. Remember, one side might be a lot easier than the other here. So try and get your hips level. Think about that piece of thread through the crown of your head, arms hanging nice and long, breathing in. Breathing out, reaching up and over. Think about lovely side length here. Restacking. Let's go again. Breathing out, arm reaching up and over. Oh, my balance is a lot better on this side. Let's go again. Breathing out. And in, still having that piece of thread pulling it through the crown of your head. Breathing out here, restacking, arm coming down, taking yourself back to a seated position and then stretching your legs out once again. So one leg at a time, just start to gently fold forward, feel the stretch on the back of your leg and into your quad. Let's go on the other side now. So reaching the other leg out, turning your toes up towards the ceiling, trying to get a bit of a stretch down that leg. Bring yourself back to seated, and we're going to finish with 2 nice big breaths in. So breathing in, as you breathe out, float your arms all the way up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale to press the air away. And one more time, breathing out, toe muscles coming in, reaching up through your fingers, and press the air away. And give yourself a nice clap, well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you've enjoyed it once again. It was a little more challenging today with our high kneeling position. Tomorrow we're going to be starting in standing, so we're going to give our legs a little bit of a rest there. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.